Hello and welcome to a break in our series on the preamble. Originally, we had thought, we're going to continue the series on the preamble, but we just couldn't hang.
Well, we're going to finish the series.
Yes.
We are going to finish it.
But not now.
But so much has been happening, and
we just wanted to bond with y'all.
Yeah, I don't know how you all are feeling, but I still feel pretty ripped down and torn up and tired, and because so much emotion, so much exertion, emotional exertion has happened since Tuesday.
When you think of the year 2020, and then you look at the past week.
Oh, yeah.
This was the longest week.
On top of.
Yeah, this was like the longest week in 2020. It feels like an entire month or a year. Oh my God, 2020.
Plus, I need to tell them, everyone knows that I have really redefined my relationship with sugar. Mm-hmm. Well, what happened is the sugar that I really enjoy is golden lakanto, which is monk fruit. My delivery was supposed to have happened well before election week, but no, it was delayed. So the whole of election week, I'm back on coconut sugar, and I'm sure that I felt
on top of everything
crazy.
else.
Like I felt
I'm
so
yelling.
Like what is that? Short fused, inability to focus, still had to show up for work.
A hot
Can't
mess.
do a darn thing. Like I can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt, way out of
Personally-
sorts. Way out of sorts.
Personally-
And the roller coaster. Can we say the roller coaster?
Well, this is what cracks me up, is that going into the election week,
I think
was
we're
like,
both yelling, actually.
yeah, we're
right?
both yelling. Going into the election week, I thought it was all cool and being like,
You were trying, you know what?
you know,
you were trying to act
this-
so cool.
I was trying.
Refusing to even watch the news.
Well, no,
while
what I
I'm
mean
there
is
engulfed.
I'm preaching and saying, this week, it's not election day, it's election week. It might be weeks. It's just going to take as long as it takes, And I knew that in my head.
Mm-hmm. But no.
But still.
But not in your body.
I still felt like this, knowing that, yes, I'm sure it helped, but still, I felt like this burden of anxiety and stress. And it's,
That's what Rachel was saying.
yeah. Going into Election Day, the day before Election Day to me felt like Christmas Eve or Execution Eve, because you don't know what's going to happen. And it also, to me, it felt like the sensation of we're all on this raft in this river, and we've been through the rapids of 2020 and tossed, and just like people are hanging on for dear life. And here we see this waterfall drop coming up, and there's nothing you can do. You're going to go over the waterfall, and nobody knows how far the waterfall is down there. And it just was like, oh my God, what the hell is going to happen?
Yep. And I got to say, I will admit, so Tuesday, I'm all excited.
Election Day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was all excited.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I was game. However long this is going to take, I'm there. I'm showing up. Mm-hmm. And I got to say, they're calling it, what is it? The Red Mirage. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that was obviously happening.
Yes.
And my faith was shook.
Oh,
my faith was shook.
Mine too.
Wednesday morning, I felt so depressed. And yet some of the people that I've really come to enjoy on Instagram, there were two people in particular that just held strong. And I was like, wow, really? Well, just admiring their faith. And then part of me had judgment, like, your faith is blind. Like, like my faith was really shook. And then
okay.
I was like, as they were counting more, I'm like, oh my God, this many thousand away from, he could possibly take Georgia. Oh my God. What, Pennsylvania? It was a nail biter. The whole week was a nail biter.
Yeah.
Because even if it was trending one way, trending for Biden, even if who's that guy I now love?
Steve Kornacki.
Yes. Even if he had all the math and was showing his work to us constantly,
And
that it's
repeating it over and
impossible.
over.
Right. Repeating the same thing 3 times in a row. Right?
Yes.
Every 10 minutes.
Right.
I still had that feeling of waiting for the other shoe to drop and like, okay, I can't believe it until it's really called and done. And even when they called it, I'm like, just still worried because of what we've all been through in these past 4 years.
Yeah, and I'm sorry not
And
to
still
rain on
worried.
anybody's
Even
parade,
still
but you
worried.
should still worry.
Yes.
Okay.
It is not
because,
over. And people are, I'm yelling again,
hell
but
no.
people think, I mean, not everyone, but a handful of people seem to act like it's, yay, it's done.
Like we've arrived in Oz.
Yeah. But,
Nope.
but we're so not.
Oh my God.
It's like the first thing.
That's the danger
yay,
sign right
we
there.
did the first thing. Yay.
Yeah. That's
Now
like in the
here's the
horror
next
movie
thing.
where, oh, you think
Right.
you're safe. You're not safe.
Exactly. And
Well,
you're still
okay.
going to go down to the basement in the dark. You're still going to go down there and not turn on the light. Like, turn on the
Like you do
turn
in
on the
those
light.
horror movies. So
I have to come down.
what I kept telling myself was that really no matter what the result is, and this remains true now, it remains true no matter what our circumstances are, like what's important to me, and I think to most people, is living by your values and being the kind of person that you hope you are, right? You know that saying, be the person your dog thinks you are. If you can be that, as much as possible, nobody's perfect, but as much as you can do that, to me, that is the degree to which you will have a satisfying experience of life. And that's true no matter which way things go on the outside.
Right.
And in a very twisted, paradoxical way, if things do go your way, always on the outside, you don't have any kind of persuasive evidence to assure yourself that you really are that person who will live by your values. Because if it's easy to live by your values, how do you know that it's really you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
So
That's why this week has been, I mean, not this week, this whole year has
and
been
the years
that.
to come.
Has been that. You know, 2020
Yes,
with everything.
yes.
But that's why I really like this post. I'm going to read it.
Okay.
From Dr. Palmquist, who actually was our holistic vet back in California. He posted, you know what I'm going to do the day after Election Day if my candidate loses? Go to work, live my life, love others. And if he wins, same. I like that.
Right.
I like
Yeah,
that.
before
That's
enlightenment,
exactly what you're...
chop wood, carry water, right? And after enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Yeah.
I like that. Okay, so I will say that Saturday, when Biden was announced, it was just the most lovely day. And even though, as we're saying, it's definitely not over and there's still so much to do, we just needed that moment. You know, we just all needed to pretend
Yes.
like that it was it, that's it. Like we've gone through everything. Like we just needed to have, America needed to have that moment. And so
And the
to
world,
see,
that was amazing too.
Yes, the world. And to see, you know what I love is that on for Instagram, we got so many direct messages from some of our followers who are from all over the world saying, so happy for you, so happy for you. And I just felt so good about that, because sometimes on something like Instagram, you forget that everyone's from, like, not everyone is from here, right?
Yeah,
It's just this
right.
weirdo, like, virtual, it's just this weirdo place, Instagram. But then you realize, oh, I have someone from the Philippines, I have someone from Canada, I have someone from England. You know, it's just,
The human
it was so
community.
fabulous to feel that support. But I loved seeing all the celebration in the streets. Sorry, that's my phone. And yet, I will say, you know, this year has been such a stressful year. that I think all of us have built up a habit now of reacting stressfully. I think we have that now.
Okay. What
And
do you
hopefully,
mean by that?
you know, that will change as time goes on.
Like shouting?
Maybe
Like yelling
shouting
instead of talking?
but just like worrying. The habit
going
of
to the worst case
worrying,
scenario.
habit of worrying, because look at how we were slammed from March, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boom, 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 one thing after the other. So I will admit, watching these people, it became hard to just revel in the joy, because I started worrying about all these people, even though they're wearing their masks.
Yes, I had to keep telling
There were
Sienna that, hey,
moments-
listen, they're outdoors. Most of them are wearing masks.
I know, but did you
know,
see how packed
like history
they were? So packed
has shown
together.
that-
They were so packed together, and then by the time it was nighttime, masks were off, because some people, they weren't wearing their masks anymore.
Well, I do not approve of that.
And then so I just started to worry about that. But regardless, we needed that moment. We absolutely needed that moment. And I don't know, like, we still need to keep going though.
Yeah. Okay. So I agree with you with that moment. I mean, one part of me really regrets not participating in those types of public moments. But oh well. But I just think it's so touching, especially in places like New York City, right, where you see the footage, and I saw a video of somebody just taking a video from their balcony in their apartment, and you could hear the roar of all of their fellow city dwellers just celebrating. And there's something about the situation where each person is living in their little compartment, whether it's an apartment, a house, everybody's separated, living, going about their business quietly, isolated. And then, like you said, this moment happens, and we come together literally in a public space and celebrate with each other. There's something about that just speaks to my heart and just feels good.
Yeah.
But I totally appreciate also you saying that this is not over. And it feels to me like our society had a bad heart attack, and we just found out, okay, we survived.
Yeah.
But now,
The healing, the real
but
healing.
now we need to change our lifestyle.
Yes.
We need to educate ourselves and eat better so that we can eat better, and exercise and develop a healthy way of life to prevent any future heart attacks.
Lifestyle is the key. It's not like a diet. It's not this short-term thing. Oh, it's not just something we do for now.
No, we need to,
It's the lifestyle.
yes,
Yeah.
we need to continue on and be on purpose and engage with our politics so that we can have a healthier, more robust democracy where more of us understand and adhere to decency and democratic norms and realize the importance of them.
Yeah.
So I am looking forward to continuing to participate in that with my fellow citizens. That I think has been the wonderful, edifying, nourishing thing about the horror that we have all experienced so far. The flip side is it also calls up the better side of our human natures.
Yeah.
And that's the side that looks out for each other, that sacrifices for each other, and that recommits to these noble values.
Yes.
And I'm all for it.
Yeah. I will say that Saturday, we had a bunch of things that we had scheduled to do. I was so glad we just decided not to do any of those
We
things.
said, F it. We're going to stay in our pajamas and bake and eat what we bake.
So I baked an amazing, and it was not my recipe, so I'm comfortable saying this. I baked an amazing pumpkin spice latte cake with chai coconut whipped cream frosting.
And it truly was amazing. I have eaten, I would say, 60% of it. Mm-hmm. It's almost all gone already.
Yeah, because I bake these things and I don't eat a lot of it. by any means, and Toast has to eat the rest of it.
I step up.
And I'm always checking in, like, should I freeze it? Where are you at? Should I freeze this? What should I do?
And do you notice I always check and ask you, it's like, this is mostly protein, right?
Yeah.
Because the flours that you
Yeah.
use are nut flours. And yeah. So it's not like I'm eating literal, what is that?
You're not
like
just
frosting.
glutenifying yourself.
Yeah, I'm not getting all just
It's not
simple
just a
carbs.
carbo load. No.
Thank God.
All right. This is our quick cast for you
Yes.
all.
Are we going to talk about the election hangover? No, not really.
Well, I thought that's how we started. I mean, I
Okay.
still
yes,
feel
I guess so. That's
hungover.
true.
I am just
you know what?
like
I woke
beaten
up
down.
I woke up on Sunday, and my eye was twitching. Like, I mean,
You know what's so funny is like
What?
everyone was eating everything under the sun the whole week. Everybody was eating things like
Yeah.
eating more than you usually do.
And stress
Everyone
eating,
was
stress
coping with
cooking,
their
and stress
stress,
cooking.
right? And our friend Kate was eating. She was even eating chocolate frosting out of a container, straight out of a container. Betty Crocker. Betty Crocker. All right, so let us just continue taking deep breaths as we recover from election week.
Still trying to recover. Yeah.
But keep your eyes open, stay awake for the things that we need to do next.
And we'll still continue to be there for each other. So we'll pick up again next week,
Yes.
continuing our series on the preamble.
I will give two bits of information here
Okay.
for people who do need a break. If you need a
That's
break,
everybody.
if you need a break and you love watching shows.
Oh,
on
okay,
TV,
okay.
So if you need a break, you really must watch The Undoing on HBO Max. The Undoing. It stars Nicole Kidman, Hugh Grant. It is fantastic. It is a thriller. And however, this is not the series that you can binge watch because they squeeze it out every single week, like the old-fashioned days. So you're going to have restraint and just like, well, no, actually, you don't have to have restraint. It's just you're not going to have the immediate gratification because it's not going to be there for you. So there are 3 episodes now available by the time this podcast comes out. The Undoing. Watch it. If there is something you want to binge, but you're not necessarily into thrillers, but you're into something like just something interesting, you may want to watch on Netflix The Queen's Gambit, which is a term that is used in chess. And it talks about this orphan child prodigy chess player and her life. And I have been loving that. So that's the one you binge if you need a non-food type binge to cope.
Okay. Now I just need to add on a little tag.
Okay, yeah, please.
If you want another kind of a thriller and you are addicted to the thrill of political activism and the change that you can enact in the world, then get involved and turn your attention to the runoff election happening in the state of Georgia on January 5th. This election is our chance to have the slimmest majority you could ever have in the U.S. Senate. Check it out. It's all about Georgia.
See, I'm stressed again
And-
now, Toast.
Well, if you like a good thriller, this is it.
No, but
because
see-
don't forget, I mean, hey, Biden-Harris, everything about it, historical significance, saving our democracy, awesome, 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 awesome. Thank you, God. And at the same time, the Supreme Court of the United States is packed, it's stacked, and you know which way it
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
what it is. So if there's anything we have the possibility of doing about that, it hangs on taking the Senate. And we have a chance. I mean, we have like the eye of a needle's chance to do it.
Yeah, so what can people be doing? I know people can donate. People can
Yes.
still write letters, right? Because I'm really stressed about that. I'm really, really stressed about that.
Okay.
The fact that, are we still recording? Hang on, people. Our computer just went to sleep. Okay, there we go. We're still recording. I'm really stressed about that because all the votes from Election Day, those are all swooped away. They don't count, and we start fresh.
Well, Georgia starts fresh.
Georgia,
therefore,
right?
And yes.
So that's worrying me because there was such a campaign for everyone to come out and vote. You know, are these people just hanging out thinking now like, oh, we're in the clear?
Who's these people?
Right? The Georgians. People in Georgia.
I doubt it. I mean,
Or
you'd
do you
have to
think
ask
they
a
are
Georgian.
more, do you think they're more inspired? Like, okay, look, we got this, so we can get this now.
That's the energy I would love to see, and that's the energy
how do we
I'm trying
help?
to cultivate.
How do we help?
So
from here, how do we help? Like, cause that's the thing. Like,
well, you and I made a
so
small
much-
donation as we were able to the campaign to elect John Ossoff.
well, we did that earlier,
You know,
right? How do we help now? Like, do we write more letters? Both you and I
Yes,
wrote letters.
we can write letters. You can go to vote, FWD for voteforward.org.
Okay.
They are gearing up to do a similar letter writing campaign to get
For
out the
Georgia.
vote,
Okay.
specifically in Georgia for this
Okay.
runoff election. You can go to Swing Left.
Okay.
I think it's swingleft.org as well. The entire national politics will be focused on Georgia. It already is because of this special
But it's just
runoff
helpful
election
to
on January
know
5th.
what we can really do. So that's helpful to give the people
Oh, places,
those specific things,
websites to go to.
instead
and-
of just hoping.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll take prayers too. We'll take
Well,
prayers.
prayers,
yeah.
absolutely.
But
But,
yeah,
you
no,
know,
there are
it
practical things
feels
to do,
very-
and that's what feels
yes,
good.
I want the
It feels
practical
good to do
things.
the practical things. I mean, that's the benefit of having a body
Yes.
that can do things.
And then when you can't take it, watch the Queen's Gambit. When you can't take it, and it happens to be Sunday night, watch a new episode of The Undoing.
Get a
okay?
good workout in.
All right.
I got like the best workouts in over this
I
past
know
week.
you were like just
Oh my God.
crazy sounds were.
Yeah. I was
Coming from
crying
the
in my
house.
workout. Oh my God.
Okay, this wasn't quick for them.
Let's
Look,
wrap
it's
this up.
22 minutes. All right. Okay. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye for now.